When I first got told that I'd have to catheterise, I wasn't happy. And all I could think of is, how am I ever going to travel? How am I going to go out? So regimented, you know, with 4-hourly times.
Everyone has concerns when they learn to self-catheterise, whether it be just learning technique and hygiene technique as well, or is it going to change my lifestyle for the worse?
I thought that, you know, I must be one of the few people, but then you realise that this is normal and it happens a lot, and people overcome it and you can go back to a normal lifestyle.
I remember did not wanting to do it. I didn't want anything to do with it. I thought that going home, everything was going to go back to normal, and that's all I wanted, to go back to my normal. So that was a challenge for me even when I got home. It was scary and it was challenging because sometimes I didn't know where to aim. So I would get it wrong and I would get it right.
I went to my doctor and my mom had bought me this mirror that stands up, and she sat it in front of me, and then that's how I learned to cath myself when I was 7 years old. And then after I mastered that, they actually took the mirror away, and that was really hard.
So the first hurdle was the acceptance of having to do it. I find humour is my way of coping. Do I think everybody can do that? Of course not. But you just have to get over the mental embarrassment, blockage that we have as human beings of not wanting to discuss or not wanting to mention what we classify and think of as private moments in the bathroom.
Travel is a little bit more challenging. I have to make sure that I had everything with me and have a good stock.
I first off have to make a checklist. So I make a checklist of like, okay, how many days am I going? I'm like, okay, how many catheters am I gonna need for like the whole trip?
I think the future looks pretty bright. I've accepted what I have to do now.
If I was in the room with myself 5 years ago where I was struggling in a cath, I would have just told myself to take it easy. It was gonna get easier. I was gonna learn to accept it, and it's one more thing that comes with living life.
And I never wanted to talk about it, but it's a part of my everyday life. Who cares what anyone else thinks?